Hey guys, it's Matt with BleepinJeep.com, and today we're working on the Hope Floats project, and we're putting some new lights in it, some HID projector lights from HIDprojector.com, so take a look. But first, don't forget to like and subscribe. Alright guys, so here's the box that you get from HID Projectors. Basically what you get is an instruction manual. Now these are the 5x7 replacement lenses that we're using for the Cherokee, and that's what HID Projector sells, but you can also piecemeal, or you can order these from HID Projectors as well, which is the D1S Ballasts and the D1S Bulbs. Let me pull that out and show it to you. There it is. So that's the bulb that we're going to be putting in there, and then you also get two wiring harnesses in this case, one for each side. These are really nice quality, and a couple of stickers. Let's get started. Alright, so I already did the driver's side. Now I'm going to show you how to do the passenger side. These are all the tools that I used for the whole job. Basically, I've got a pair of tin snips, some screwdrivers, some pliers, flashlight, and all these other things are not necessary, but might come in handy. So here I've laid everything out for one side of the application. It looks kind of daunting at first, but really it's not. I'll explain everything to you. There's also a diagram in your instruction manual which shows you how to wire everything. It's pretty simple. You've got one option for a high beam and low beam all in the same unit, which is what we're doing here. And for other vehicle applications, you might have a high beam, low beam, plus a halogen. So depending on the setup you've got, read through your book here and make sure you're wiring it correctly. So let's start with something easy. This is the bulb housing right here. This is what the back looks like. There's a couple wires coming off of it, and that's the front. What we're going to do is install the bulb first. There's two little screws on the back here. We're just going to take those off. This literally took me about 20 minutes to install the driver's side, and so it's pretty painless. Everything is plug and play, so there's not a whole lot that you can mess up on here. Now we're going to take the bulb, don't touch the bulb, and we're going to put it in like this. Okay, and then we're going to put the top back on and use those same screws to screw it back down. Okay, now to the untrained eye, this may look like a wiring nightmare, but it's really very simple. You don't need to plug anything in yet, but I'm going to do it just to show you how this works. You've got your ballast here. That's going to plug in to the light bulb, which is sticking out right there. And this piece right here is for another vehicle application. We don't even need it. Alright, so then this little wire coming right here goes to the back of the housing. So we're just going to plug that in there. This right here is the only place it can go. It goes into the ballast. And then you've got one wire sticking out right here, and that plugs in to where your original headlight came out of. So that plugs into the Jeep. All this is just routing to get to the battery. Once you get to the battery, you've got a relay, some fuses, red for positive and black for negative. That's it. Okay, let's get to the light. Depending on your application, everything may be a little bit different, but for this we're just going to take out the turn signal right here with two screws, and then there'll be some more screws under here. We'll be able to pull out this bezel and get to the light bulb bezel, take that off, pull the light bulb out. Alright, now pull the light bulb out. Maybe a little stuck if it hasn't been out before. There we go. Okay, now we need to get this housing out. We don't even need to adjust the screws here. What we need to do is take out this spring. So that's where your pliers come in handy. So you're just going to grab this spring. Make sure you have your safety glasses on. And we're just going to pull that sideways. Let it loose. And it'll come right out. Okay, to get this to fit in the housing, we're going to need to modify this just a little bit. First, let's take these tabs and just pull them back. Alright. Put put it on like this, you'll be able to see where you need to cut. Keep in mind this is the top right here. So we need that little plug to be able to fit into here on the back of the light bulb. So we're going to cut out this. And turn that so you can see it. Going to cut out just about like that. And then on the back, on the bottom, we'll just cut that off. Alright, since we made a few sharp edges there, I'm just going to take a file and file that down a little bit. Okay, now let's check the fit. There we go, that should be perfect. Alright, at this point we need to find a place to put the ballast. Now the ballast, the wire coming out of here that goes into the bulb is pretty short, so this ballast needs to be fairly close to the light bulb itself. Since there's not a lot of room behind the headlight, I've actually found a place right behind that inside the engine compartment here. I found a pretty good spot next to the battery here, and you can either bolt this on using the bracket that comes with it, or the kit comes with some double-sided tape that you can use as well. I'm going to bolt it on because this Jeep will be, you know, bouncing all over the place. Also, it's a good idea to take the negative battery cable off. So go ahead and pull your wire through so that you know your mounting location is good, and then you can go ahead and bolt it down. Since I don't have a room to get self-tapping screw in there, I'm just going to use a nut and bolt with the lock washer on it, using a pre-existing hole that I found back here. Okay, now we can start running our wiring. Since this headlight is closer to the battery, there's going to be a little bit extra wire, so we'll just have to tie that up somewhere. But like we said before, this connects into the ballast, and this little piece needs to come through the headlight hole. So we're just going to fish that down and out through here. There we go. Alright, now we just need to put this piece back, and basically we're just going to slip it up in here into the slots, those screws that we took it out of earlier. And this is where it comes in handy if you have a spring puller, just a little hook basically. We're going to grab that spring, pull it out, and attach it back where it goes there. Wiggle it a little bit, make sure you got it in there good, and that's all there is to it. Now let's pull our wires through. I like to add a little bit of dielectric grease. This stuff basically just keeps the water and moisture from corroding everything. Just a little dab will do it. And now we're ready to plug in our light. This one goes to the Jeep connection. This one plugs in right here. And this little one goes to the light bulb. Keep in mind that it says which way is up, so this is the top here. Okay, now we just need to feed those wires back through. And take your original bezel that fits right over the new light. And then we'll just screw that down. I need to push those wires back in there a little more because they're getting caught somewhere. Okay, if you have a good eye there, you'll see I made a mistake there just a minute ago. I cut out the wrong side of this housing. I cut out the top half instead of the bottom half. So what I did was just took it out, cut out the bottom half too. It's not going to be a big deal. I just wanted to let you guys know that I did that in case you were following me very closely. I don't want you to do the same thing. There we go. It actually helped having a bigger hole back there because now the wires have more places to go. But you want to make sure that it fits flush and is seated good on there, otherwise it's going to be at a strange angle. Now we can put that bezel back on. And now it should seat flush. Alright, now we can put the bezel back on and the turn signal. Alright, so back in the engine bay, the only thing left to do is find a place to put your relay and fuses. It's got a little hole there so you can drill it to the side. For right now I'm just going to shove it in this little hole. Then you want to route your two. I've got two here, one for the left side and one for the right side. We're just going to route those over. Put it on the positive battery over here. And got two for the negative battery over here. I need to get some new battery terminals for sure, but I'll leave that for another day. Let's go check out the lights. So I've got a lot of work to do yet to this Jeep, but at least I can see now. Let's go check out what it looks like in the dark. Alright guys, let's go for a little test drive. I've got the HIDs installed on this vehicle, and then we'll do a comparison with the other Jeep over there, which just has regular headlights. One thing I have noticed with these HIDs is that they take a little bit to warm up. So that's one thing. If you're going into a tunnel, you want to make sure you have your lights on before you head in there, I would guess. I also didn't move the buckets, but I probably do need to aim them again because, you know, they're new headlights. They're probably not going to be aimed in the same spot. So I'm not going to cover that in this video, but if you need to know how to aim your headlights, just look in the description below and find a link for that. So they're definitely brighter and wider than the regular headlights. I've also got a brighter setting here. Looks like that just aims the lights up even higher. I think the light is probably way too far up. I need to aim those down quite a bit, but you get the idea. And let's compare the other lights. Wow, so that's a big difference. That's regular beams, and then the high beams. And back. So as you can see, these lights are a lot brighter. And once I get them made right, I think they'll be perfect. It's kind of weird, the brightness, the bright lights doesn't actually get brighter, it just changes the position of the lights. I don't know if you guys can see that. So I guess I should explain to you guys how HID lights work. Basically, there's little fairies that live inside the light bulb. Whenever you turn the switch, those fairies pull plasma out of the atmosphere and they shoot them out the front of the bulbs with their wands. So it's a pretty neat process. Alright guys, so if you want a set of those lights for yourself, check them out at HIDprojectors.com. They also have a great Facebook and Instagram page. Make sure to like and subscribe, and I appreciate you watching. We'll see you in the next video. Hey guys, do you think you can make a video as good or better than this one? If so, we'd love for you to join our team. A lot of people don't know this, but YouTube actually pays when people watch your videos. You know those little ads that pop up before the video? If a viewer watches those for 30 seconds or longer, the advertiser has to pay YouTube, and in turn YouTube has to pay you. Also, those little ads that pop up at the bottom of the video, in the middle of the video, if somebody clicks those, then you get paid as well. So we are looking for more partners to join and grow our YouTube channel. If you want to do any kind of videos that pertain to Jeeps or off-roading, welding, building things, that kind of thing, make a video, let me see it, and we'll let you know if you make the cut or not. So thanks for watching. Again, make sure to like and subscribe, tell your friends about us, and we'll see you in the next video.